Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included and to the Crunchy Citadel, our second season here of Oxygen Not Included on the channel. And, you know, a couple of things very important today. A big thank you to everyone who's left some comments below. You got some really good points that we're going to be using today, as well a focus on, I think, cleaning up some stuff today, because, you know, we've got some issues with carbon dioxide. You can see kind of the flow of carbon dioxide to the bottom of the base is a little bit wonky, and just a lot of gas and stuff to deal with. We have let some things go, and it's time to tidy up today. So thank you to Tiny420 for some comments with suggestions on how we can clean this up a little bit. Really appreciate that. I've got some ideas too. We'll be using some of those airflow tiles as well to help things flow down a little bit better, especially I think in their sleeping areas, because we've got a couple, but then we kind of sort of lock ourselves in. So these walls may actually just be full airflow tiles by the end of it all. And then hopefully getting that in there. And as well, our episodes might be a smidge shorter just to make life a little bit easier for me and make videos a little bit more concise for you folks. So we're going to be moving forward on all those things today. And hopefully we'll get things cleaned up and tidied up, starting with this, locking in the fat so that we don't have a not happy little accident, just a big old accident. And so that was item number one I wanted to deal with. And item number two, there was a suggestion as to how we could try and get this air pocket out of here. I don't know if this is going to work, strictly because this water isn't a full like 1,000, so I don't know if that'll actually punch it out. Worst case scenario, what we might do is rip a hole here, put a tile down, and then maybe destroy the tile. I don't know. We'll just see if this works for a second. It certainly can't stay this way. Oh, it did work. Hey, look at you. So thank you to Takas Ors Thomas for that suggestion as well. Very, very appreciated. Now we're gonna have to close that up really quickly so that we have them lock that in place, and we don't need to worry about it anymore. And then also I did notice that there was a chunk of steel in here. I don't really know how or why that got in there, but I'm glad that well, I'm glad that this is sorted. Thank you very much for that. I didn't know what the deal was there, and now that it's solved, that makes life so much easier. So keeping an eye on this, making sure that temperature continues to increase, and soon we'll have steam. But on to airflow, on to a few other things I got up my sleeve, and maybe to space. You know, I want to start some space prep right here. This is where my rocket plan is, and you know, it's going to be a good old-fashioned run. But starting here, we're going to rip all of these tiles out and dig this up and put in some more tiles right here, because this has prevented me from expanding the line here. And, you know, I think we're going to start using transit tubes a little bit more. So we might be ripping out some of these fire poles and stuff. You know, it's not, it wasn't what I wanted to do, but it is more or less what I have to do. And then over here, we've got the problem too. So we might actually make the tube go around this afterwards, or I'm not quite certain the best way forward with this whole situation, but for now, we're just going to be fiddling with it the way that it presently is. Putting in some more tiles here, and then probably deconstructing both this. Right, is that just, I just need to make sure, though, we're not screwing up here. Yeah, deconstruct that and deconstruct the one ladder, and we'll put in more there. And then same with this stuff here, you know, pointing out the fact that we have lost the little cuddle pips here that were here. It doesn't really matter that that stays open or closed. So I'm trying to really work towards getting some more efficiencies put in here. And there is idleness. One or more batteries have died. I thought that said one or more duplicates have died, and I was like, Okay, so there we go on that. So that solves a little bit more of an issue. How much more plastic do we have here? If I click on this. Ooh, not very much. Okay, so we're actually out of plastic, but that's okay, because over on Combustia, or Combustista, they were supposed to be, you know, preparing some sort of plastic. maybe? We're trying anyway. We're doing our best here. It's been been chaotic all around. This place is such a mess now, especially after the water incident, and water still apparently coming out from what I can only assume is snow melting over here. But we do have bunker doors coming in now, so that is something that I'm really pleased about. With that, automation wires, are they made out of steel? They are, okay. So let's get those plugged in here. More steel automation wires. And same sort of situation, getting electricity up here as well, and I can only assume they are also steel wires, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what we have to do here in order to survive, you know, in order to live. And then if I could get them to dig those out, that would be helpful. But anyway, we're going to leave that the way it is for now. Hopefully we can get some more batteries and things hooked up and set up here. I'm going to leave them be. We do not have things set up, though, properly here for smart batteries. I think that smart batteries are really, honestly, quite needed now as we proceed through here. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to hook them up. Actually, I guess that one doesn't really need to be hooked up anymore. And we will just begin the process here. I know that that's not set up yet either. And how are we doing, like, copper ore-wise? Oh, we got a lot of copper ores. So what I'll do is we'll just get them to smash some copper ore together. I know we waste some, but ultimately we need it. And then we've got, like, some death going on here. Who all is here? We've got Gene, Joshua, and did I send somebody else over here? Gene, Joshua, and Pei. Yeah, okay, so Pei got sent over here because of there was a couple of little incidents, so I might actually just send Pei back now so that they can survive on their food, because they have been not doing a good job with the food, and you can see they've got 1,400 calories left, which is not good. So finally, for the first time, the liquid pipe that went through the whole base, the original one that we first put in, running around everywhere here, all the way through everything, has finally emptied. So it was, you know, these two had liquid in them, and they finally emptied out. So now we can hook up the brand new pipe to the system with ease, and I'm very pleased about this. We'll be able to hook it up there, and actually, first things first, let's deconstruct this system, because it's, you know, we don't need it anymore. And I'll actually put it on urgent, no shower for you, just so that we can get it done and move along here with the water supply, because the current oxygen, you know, these things, the electrolyzers, they're not getting water anymore. So we're going to just hook everything up together. It'll be a great time. I'll be very pleased just by throwing it in there. And then liquid will go there and down here. And we can just go and hook it. I think what I'm going to do is just here and here. And then do a little couple snips. And then there is some water to... Well, there are some pipes to remove. You can see all these pipes can kind of just be deconstructed. They're not really needed anymore. They're pipes from a bygone era. They're pipes from a section we don't need anymore, basically, is what we'll say. And I'll actually just set them all to be deconstructed. It's a very messy system, so I think it would be helpful if I could just clean them all out. I know that they can be used for cooling and stuff, but I think what would be easier is to remove them all so we can see better, because right now we're looking at still a bunch of chaos, basically. When it comes down to it, just complicated pipes that were built out for not no reason, but certainly pipes that are no longer needed. Also, what is going on here? I forgot about that. That should be dumped in here for sure. But yeah, there's still a lot of water in those two units. This also needs to be moved. You know, our metal refinery, I'm glad that it's worked out so well, but I suppose what should be done, because it just needs any liquid, really. Okay, also, I believe that it might be wise for me to force people who come out here to wear Atmos suits, because Gene almost just died. So we may make that shift very soon, maybe with this. As we continue forward here. They're not really doing much. They're kind of just surviving over here. And almost killing themselves. So You know, maybe I need to set themselves up with a little bit more of a liquid situation. I don't know what exactly to do over here. This is kind of the problem that I'm at right now. I don't know what to tell them to do. Because they are working. They're just not... There are only 2 of them, and I don't know what to expand towards. It's just a little chaotic still, and it's so messy looking. Maybe we just get them to start ripping things open and conglomerating all of their water supplies. Alright, so I've been making a little bit of progress here with the water supply. So I'm basically trying to clear this area out, right? So I want to build a rocket system here. It's proving to be a little hard because we need to get rid of all of this water, which I'm going to dump down here and over to the left. My only concern is that it might cause some problems here, so we'll probably put a door in. Theoretically, everything should be fine. They are having a little bit of an issue here. Like, they keep running back and forth and up and down. I don't know why exactly they're doing that, but it's fine. As long as they don't die. They just seem sort of confused about things. There you go. Now they're leaving. So I've had that happen to all of them, basically. But I'm trying to get them to go down this way and rip this whole thing open so that the liquid can just pour down here. That is the main idea anyway. Although this vat is getting rather full. Requires emptying. That should be a 9, and this should also be a 9. And you know what? This is not good. This is really not good. I might have to store liquid in the center here. In some liquid reservoirs, like along here. Just in order to prevent this from overfilling. So, let's do this here. I didn't realize the sheer amount of liquid we had here. It's good. It's very good, but it is also very chaotic as well. Also, Bubbles got very wounded in some of the work that we were doing over here because she ran over here and was digging this out, and I didn't know that it was going to be scalding over here. I thought that the exchange of temperature would have been a little bit easier. So there was a smidge of death, basically, going on. You know, not terrible, but not good. Very much not good. You know what's funny about this whole thing is that I saw the warning for you folks about there being too much water. And it's not that I didn't believe you at all. Because, like, I locked this up right away, whichever one this was open. I locked it up right away when we started the episode because I was like, yeah, you're right. We're going to have too much water. We're going to have to block that off so we don't flood. And now I'm at the stage of more or less like, holy shit, I can't believe there is actually this much water where we're almost, you know, overflowing already, and water is still flowing downwards from all of this, and I haven't even ripped this open yet. And this would be probably cause an immense flood in, I'm sure. So what I'm worried about is you know, having, where's the food? Spicy tofu. They keep having stuff expire. Anyway, what I'm worried about is having this overflow. So I think I might actually just need to expand the whole thing over a little bit, which really was not on my agenda at all. I did not anticipate this being a thing at all. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pretty well continue however big it was, going all the way over to here pretty much, I think, and just expand the entire thing, because clearly it needs to be expanded. Does it need to be expanded this much? Probably not. How many? I really just let the tiles go. Let's just do kind of the exact same size here and double it up on this side, and we'll do it like that. Okay, so here is the big old panic system. And dig it all out, and really I guess we need to deconstruct the whole top here. This is chaos. This is not what I expected at all. I was not intending to have to do this, but listen, if they need it done, they need it done. So let's do this as well, just so that we can drop people off in here, because this is what's going to need to happen, and get them to rip this all open. Listen, I'm not even getting to the whole rocket ship thing. I do have people doing research, and I had to do a little bit of electricity fiddling as well, getting things switched over here on a new power transformer, but all is good. All is great. We'll be back once they've got things sorted. I really wasn't expecting to spend so much time over here today building a second larger vat than the first vat, but here we are. We've built a second vat out, which will catch all of the overflow, which I'm really hoping isn't a lot, but I'm pretty sure it will be, because I just wasn't expecting this to completely fill up today and still be taking in liquid. I haven't even opened this up yet. This was one of the big things I was planning on doing today, was ripping all of this open to get all the water down and out. But we're here, and we're constantly having circuits overload too, and we're running out of power. It's been such a wildly messy time getting this all sorted out and trying to secure it all. I'm doing my darndest though. And we've also got some transit tubes in. And what's been interesting is I put in white tile, because that's what I typically use for kind of communal area. But I'm realizing it makes it insanely difficult to see my transit tubes. So I can't actually see really if there's a transit tube there or not. So we might actually do a little bit of a test here. And let's just switch this over to, where is it? The little ice panel bricks. And just see here if can I make that change? Or maybe we'll do it here for a sec, and we'll see if this makes it easier to see them. And if it does, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to maybe do a little switch over to that. I'm not quite sure. We'll just see here. Doesn't really look like it's making it much easier. Okay, so let's just cancel that then. So, okay. I guess not ideal. I might just stick with the white then. The white was typically what I used in the other game, although it does make things very bright, I'm seeing. But I do really like these ice panels for the little shared spaces there. It makes things very easy to see. Now, we've also been doing some research, and we've been running out of power pretty consistently here. Unfortunately, it's just been an absolute little disaster here. As well, to explain what's been going on over here is I've had to create a second desalinator, because I noticed that there was a limit here. So the desalinators, you can see, only pump out 300 grams or 3,000 grams of water, 3,500. So it was restricting how much water I could put out. So now we're outputting 7 kilograms of water. Limit is, I believe, 10 per pipe, so we're hopefully going to be catching things up here. This space will become full again, and then that will also become full. So really just catching up on the liquid. And now that we've got this second vat set up, what this means is that I can finally rip open the rest of this. So we're going to throw this on an 8 in a second. Let me just verify that they completed. They did fix that up, and those are set up to automation, yeah? Oh, only one of them. Let's set up the second one to automation. Hopefully this will solve my kind of electricity issue that I've been having. It's been very, very chaotic here, trying to get this to work. Oh, go on 9. And just secure the whole thing. So there we go, that's good. And now let's just get them to rip this bad boy open. This is going to be a 9 now. Hopefully they'll actually do it as a 9 priority. And then we'll be able to clear out this area for our rocket. So we're going to need to build a, what is it called? A gantry. Yeah, scaffolding and a rocket platform, most importantly. So automatically links up to rocket ports built on either side of the platform. So the platform will need to be placed, well, here, I suppose, and or I could do it a little bit lower. Why is it being so fussy with me? So we would put it right about here, I think. That way we could take off, easy peasy, safety style. And the nice thing about this whole ordeal as well is that this is flat, so we're going to be able to just shoot it right out. And I'm super excited. I think I should just move it up again. Let's move it up to... So I think that's where we want it to be, right there. I think that's a really nice spot for it. And then I'm hoping we can dig ourselves up and throw some of these up as well. Transit tubes to make life a little bit easier for getting up here. I really want to make use of transit tubes this time to make, you know, transportation here easier so that they can build things a little bit smoother. We'll do that. I'll see kind of what exactly the system suggests here. And one of the big things we learned last time was that this produces heat. So I'm going to want to shoot the heat off to the left, I think, is what my thought is. You know, I could do this over here and have some sort of cooling loop done, which might actually be a more ideal situation. But I feel like I'd get stuck because I don't have as much room. So worst case scenario, we build a cooling loop over here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not too worried. This is just some of the basic beginning portions of building a new launch pad. I'm very excited for this because it, you know, we are in Spaced Out, and it is about time that we finally do this. As well, looking at the carbon dioxide, let's just zoom out for a second. Things are getting a smidge better. We are having a lot of oxygen here. And I did increase the space here. My only concern is this. And I don't know if I'm allowed to... Like, if I deconstruct this. If somebody goes... Can I deconstruct it? Am I allowed? And does that break the supply teleporter? Yes, it does. Okay. But that's all right. We'll just put an airflow tile right there. And everything will be good. And that fixes the issue of the 3 levels. So now that there's 3 on either side, I think that there's a little bit of a better exchange. It is still falling down quite poorly on this side because it's a very small tunnel down, but I might actually just rip this open to improve it. And if it keeps being problematic too, what we can do is just put airflow tiles down one side in case the water falling down is causing us issues. So let's just have that done there on that side, just as kind of an off to the side. Water is flowing down here, which is excellent. And I suppose I've been doing all of this work for no reason if I'm going to do it this way. Insufficient plastic, that's okay. If I am going to put this here, I suppose it doesn't really matter what I've done with the place. We do our best here despite the chaos. Sometimes things just don't work out how we expect. Now let's put a little ladder there. As well, if I could just put some plastic there, that would have made things easier. Just a little drop off right there. Because there's only one entrance there and one entrance there. So we've only got 2. So I could be doing better with those. And certainly I could have one near the storage, which would make more sense as well. Alright, interestingly enough, we've actually created the overflow that I really wasn't hoping for there. So water has begun to overflow out. Also, look at the carbon dioxide levels in here. This is crazy here. I should really set up some airflow tiles in there. But, you know, we're doing our best here to try and fix some things as we get... Oh my gosh. That is so terrible to look at. Damn, yeah. We're trying to clean things up, but it is not going as well as anticipated there. Let's see if I can... Maybe, can I rip this open now? If I allow that to flow down there, it should pour directly down into here. And it shouldn't, although it may, cause a little bit of an overflow. Let's just see what we can do. Ooh, but I don't want that to happen. As well with this, you know, because there's so much liquid in here, now is the time to finally clean it all up. We're doing a big kind of cleanup situation because this has not been our friend this whole time. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of mess, and I think we're doing kind of what we talked about down here when we were ripping this open and making a big vat here. We're doing what everybody else does in this game, and we are making those big open spaces now. We're clearing things out. We're really cleaning it up and trying to make things as simple and smooth as possible because this has been so messy. It's been so messy this whole time, and I really don't want water everywhere. I don't want carbon dioxide everywhere. I would like things to be more easily maintained, and they are emptying that out. Actually, that is a good thing about having 2 of these set up, is when one gets full, we pump out the second. Excellent here as well. No germs, right? No germs in the water. Good, good, good. And we haven't even gotten that little overflow yet that we're expecting, but we'll be having it soon. Yep, there you go. There's the overflow. From there, pour it all in. Nothing coming down this way. It should, if it does come down all the way into here, is what should happen. We'll see, though, of course, because the game, again, does what it likes here. And heat is doing okay, too. Good, good. This also, these are not running yet. The steam is below 125, but we're very close to getting it over 125. We're close, close, close. And we'll hopefully have it. It might not be the end of this episode, but next episode for sure we'll have that done. And there is some high stress. Joshua, yeah, that's fair. So we have had a little bit of an incident at this colony. They've run out of power. Mostly because they've run out of coal, and there happens to be no coal here. So running out of coal has turned everything off. Running out of coal turned off the, well, the gas pump. But the gas pump also isn't retrieving anything because I turned off that. So it's not going well. It's not going well over here. I think we actually need to send them some coal. But what we'll do is we'll just check. That'll be good, actually. So let's go back to Cultivista here and send over, because that's the input. Let's send over some coal. So I'm hoping maybe we could do that right now. And then over here, they'll then be a little bit better. We'll deconstruct these 2 things. I don't actually know where they even got whatever coal it is that they've got. Because clearly these folks found some coal somewhere. Digging, probably. Maybe over there. Because I've just kind of sent them on digging excursions. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of coal being dropped off. So they've gone from 0 coal to 1,000 over here. They still have a bunch of coal, but we'll send over a good solid amount for them. Happy that this is finally pouring down here. This is good. What we need, what we want to see. And soon it'll overflow into there. But this still isn't exactly what we were hoping for because we need this to fall. And then once that falls, we will get it to fall from right in here as well. Really just round it out. Get all of that stuff pouring down, pouring through, and hopefully not flood the base. But we'll see. Things happen. Are we doing okay with the coal? Should I stop telling them to put coal in here? Hello? Why do you have a balloon? Balloon buddy. Okay. Have fun. Oh my gosh, they're so silly sometimes. And then no plastic. Okay, good. Well, we've got this built, which is, you know, step 1 of the whole situation here. And then I might actually need to make one of these solids so that I can put a door in, or we might put the mechanized door over here instead. I can't remember if the other... Huh. Okay, so coal, we've still got a bunch here. A bunch being sent over to Combustista. Thankfully... Well... Let's see, the automation, did we screw it? Oh, you're not hooked up to automation. That's no good. So let's put this to 85 and 50. And then we will grab automation wiring and get them to set this up. So, yeah, Combustista has not had the attention that it needs to properly function. You can see, too, the stress is really high. What happened was they had really good food here, and they ate it. And then I assigned this guy a bunch of skills. And Now he's upset. So that is, you know, unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's a miscellaneous room, so let me just deconstruct the medical building as well, and hopefully that might solve some issues here, because this is supposed to be a mess hall. There you go. So a great hall would need a fancy decor item. We don't have that. Sleet wheat has died. That's okay. And then thankfully that's good. You're disabled by the automation grid, so we'll stop wasting coal. And now that we've sent over a bunch of coal, I will stop getting them to send coal over. So that should be good. The amount, hopefully, that we sent over will do them for a little bit. Oh, there you go. There is some flooding, and it's pouring down to the bottom of the base. It's actually pouring down more than I would have anticipated. Oh, because it went right. Because this can only go so quickly. Okay, so we've got something to work on very fast here. All right, and there you go, folks. We've got it overflowing into here now. And right now, that's all this is doing, is operating as an overflow. This as well is just kind of sitting here. These fill up with water is the idea. And then the water actually comes directly out of them into this main system. And actually, really, that should be snipped. And there should be a pipe running across there. So that one should also go in. So that's the idea. Anything, when they are full, they'll just go over and around. So this is okay for now. This is so chaotic over here. Holy shit. A real disaster, a real mess for sure. But it's okay because we will be sorting ourselves out with this very soon. Now, I do want to put these up here just for now. I realize they may not be, you know, spaced out in a way that makes sense, but I just want to stop there being any overflow of polluted oxygen in here. So we're just gonna bite it off right at the top, right at the tip, right at the top. So we're going to just chop it off right now to deal with it, and then we'll be extra safe, extra good, you know? And let's just do this. So certainly a lot of water flooding out, a lot of flooding. But I am very happy about the carbon dioxide. You can see it's getting lower now. There are a few other areas of the base that need some work. Certainly this could be, we could put airflow tiles in here and let it flow downwards farther, or make this room a little bit bigger, which would certainly help with the exchange. Actually, I should just rip this whole area open. Come to think about it, let's just do that now. So we'll get them to rip this whole area open, because like ultimately what's happened is just they're getting stuck. It's getting stuck, I suppose. So theoretically this should do the trick, I think. The oxyferns are doing a really good job though, and I would love to plant more. Right now we just don't have the capacity. They're a little bit busy. This I'd like to just chop down there a little bit more once we have time, and I'd like to open this up. So really we're doing all right here. It's taking some time to get some of the main tasks done. I love how only water is in here right now. It is taking me time though to get certain things done, like get up into space. So I think, you know, next time around we're going to be in a little bit of a better place to do that. So I'm going to let them run around, do their thing, clean up a bit, and then I think we'll be all right next time around for this to be built, and perhaps to prepare ourselves properly for space. But if you folks did enjoy this episode, do let me know down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.